So, good afternoon, students. With a lot of energy and enthusiasm, today we will solve the remaining problems of Unit 2. Students, can anybody tell me, am I audible? Can you see the slide?
Yes,
Just
sir.
say yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now, students, as I mentioned, your calculators should be with you, right? The returns, please, I will first read the question so that we'll analyze the question. The returns on securities A and B are given below. So what they have given us, the returns of two securities and the probability of their returns they have given. Like security A, they have given 420, and security B, the returns are 033, and the probability is 0.5, 0.4, and 0.1. So what they have told, give the security of your preference. The question still continues. The security has to be selected on the basis of return and risk. Okay, 53 students have joined later. So students, in yesterday's class, what we have solved? We have solved the expected return, the variance, the standard deviation, then even correlation coefficient, then coefficient of determination. So today we will be solving the problems in the similar way, but there is a slight change in this. See, the question number 6, I'll once again repeat. The returns on securities A and B are given below. So you need to calculate the expected return of each security and the variance as well as the standard deviation. So first what I'll do, expected return is equal to R1 P1 plus R2 P2 plus R3 P3. So what is that R1? First I'll take security A. Please understand, students. First I'll be solving for security A, then I'll solve for security B. So for security A, what is the return? 4 multiplied by probability is 0.5 plus 2 multiplied by 0.4 plus 0 multiplied by 0.1. So what I am calculating now? I am calculating the expected return of security A. So if I solve that, so how much I'll get? 4 multiplied by 0.5 plus 2 multiplied by 0.4. I get 2.8. Expected return of security A to be equal to 2.8. 0 multiplied by anything is 0. Please understand, students. 0 multiplied by anything is 0. So expected return of security A is 2.8. Similarly, I will solve expected return of security B. So how I calculate? See there, the third column, security B, 0 multiplied by 0.5 plus 3 multiplied by 0.4 plus 3 multiplied by 0.1. So if I solve it, you have to solve along with me, students. Use the calculator. Though the answer is mentioned over there, you once solve it. Okay. So 3 multiplied by 0.4 plus 3 multiplied by 0.1, that is 1.5. So what we have calculated now, the expected return of security A and security B. See there, return wise, if I see, security A's return is high, which is equal to 2.8. Clear, all of you? Till here, everyone has understood? Can anyone reply yes, sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Students are feeling it very easy, sir. What is this? Okay, then. If you feel very easy, then please calculate variance and standard deviation. See, I will go for the next slide. First, what I'll do, students, I'll calculate for A security, then I'll calculate for B security. Please see there, whatever they have given in the question, I'm writing for A security. See, security A, the returns are 420 and probability is 0.5, 0.4, 0.1. I have written the same thing like that. Now, the third column is concerned of security A. So R minus E of R whole square. So what is R over there? 4 minus, just now we have calculated the expected return of security A, that is 2.8 square, which I got to be equal to 1.44. The third column I am solving, students, security A, right? Similarly, 2 minus 2.8 square, I get how much? Please use the brackets if you are using scientific calculator, students. See, first you have to open the bracket, then you write 2 minus 2.8. So close the bracket and whole square. There is a symbol over there, right? X square. So whole square equal to 0.64. Similarly, students, 0 minus 2.8. Open the bracket, 0 minus 2.8. Close the bracket, square of that, which is equal to 7.84. Please solve along with me. Though the answers are there, still you please solve along with me. Okay, just you will be well versed with the problem. Then the fourth column is concerned what I am doing, probability multiplied by third column, that is 0.5 multiplied by 1.44. I get 0.72. Similarly, 0.4 multiplied by 0.64. I get 0.256. Similarly, probability 0.1 multiplied by how much? 7.84. I get 0.784. See, the summation of the fourth column. The summation of the fourth column is what? Can anybody tell me? What is the summation of the fourth column? 1.76 is what?
Variance.
Very good. Variance of security A. Please understand, students. Fourth column, when you summate, so variance of security A. If you want, you can note down also. Variance of security A is 1.76. Then how do we calculate standard deviation, students? Standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. So square root of 1.76 is how much? 1.33. In the calculator, you will be getting 1.32 or 1.33. Okay. Similar way, I will be solving for security B. So whatever they have given in the question, the return and the probability I have written here. And the third column is concerned R minus E of R whole square. Please understand that R minus E of R whole square. So expected return of security B is how much? 1.5. So 0 minus 1.5 square. I am again repeating, students, those who are using scientific calculator, directly don't type 0 minus 1.5 square. You will get a wrong answer. First use a bracket. Okay, open the bracket, 0 minus 1.5, close the bracket. This much square. So I'll get 2.25. Clear? So similarly, what I have to do? 3 minus 1.5 square. So I get 2.25 again. Similarly, 3 minus 1.5 square. I get how much? 2.25. Then the last column is concerned, the fourth column. I have to multiply the probability with the third column. That is 0.5 multiplied by 2.25, which is equal to 1.125. Right? 4 multiplied by how much? 2.25, which is equal to 0.9. Then similarly, 0.1 multiplied by 2.25, which is equal to 0.225. Right, students? So now if you add that, I get the value to be equal to how much? 2.25. So variance of security B is how much? 2.25, right? So standard deviation of security B, standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. Square root of 2.25 is how much? 1.5. So if you see, students, in security A, the return is high. How much? Expected return of security A is how much? 2.8 compared to the return of security B. Whereas when you see the standard deviation of security A is less compared to the standard deviation of security B, that is 1.5. So the risk is also low in security A, whereas the return is high in security A. So I prefer, or I suggest the investors to invest in security A based on risk and return parameters. Clear, students? Still here? Any doubt? Shall we go to the next problem?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. The next problem is in front of you, students. This will be asked even for the case study also. Please understand this. An investor has a choice of four stocks for investment. That is A, B, C, and D. Their rates of return and probabilities are given below. See, for security A, they have given R and probability, that is return and probability. Return is minus 30, 0, 30, 70, and probability is 20, 40, 30, 10. So in the similar way, they have given the return and the probability of each stock, right? So what you need to find out, see their A part, are all these stocks attractive investments? Give reason. Then B part over there, the question, of those that are attractive, how should the investor choose one to buy? See, the B part is concerned, if you feel all the stocks are attractive, then as an investor, which stock you should prefer to buying? That means based on risk and return parameter. Okay. So first what we have to do, we have to calculate the expected return of each stock. Expected return of A, we have to find out. Expected return of B, we have to find out. Expected return of C, we have to find out. Expected return of D, we have to find out. Then similarly, we have to find out variance of all the stocks, then standard deviation of all the stocks. Okay. So first, see here, see the slide over there, students, please understand. Expected return, how to find out? See, I have converted minus 30 into decimal. Don't get confused over there. Okay, minus 0.3, sorry, minus 0.3 multiplied by 0.2. See what I'm calculating now? Expected return, right? See the table, minus 0.3 multiplied by 0.2 plus 0 multiplied by 0.4 plus 0.3 multiplied by 0.3 plus 0.7 multiplied by 0.1. Right? I'm calculating what? I'm calculating expected return of security A. So I get the value to be equal to how much? See, the first one is concerned 0.06 plus 0 plus 0.09 plus 0.07, which is equal to 0.1. So similarly, students, I'll solve for security B. What I'll solve the expected return of security B. See the question here. How do I solve? Minus 0.2, that is return of security B multiplied by 0.15 plus 0 multiplied by 0.35 plus 0.2 multiplied by 0.45 plus what I'm doing here, I'm multiplying return and probability, that's all. So that is summation, right? Multiply return and probability and sum it or add it, you will get expected return of security B. Similarly, I calculate expected return of security C and expected return of security D, right? Now, each security, see in the examination also while you are solving, students, first you solve for security A, that is the variance, then a variance and standard deviation, then security B, security C, and security D. So that for you, when you compare, it will be easy for you, right? So first I'm writing the return and probability of security A. You can see at the top right, left. So I'll be solving directly over there, students. You can take one more step. So first what I'll do, R minus E of R whole square, right? So what is R there? Minus 0.3. And what is E of R? So expected return of security A. How much it is? 0.1. So minus 0.1, right? Sorry, I'll use the bracket. Minus 0.3 minus 0.1 square multiplied directly with probability 0.2. So how much I got? 0.032. Done. Similarly, what I do? R minus E of R. So R is how much? 0. Minus E of R is how much? 0.1. That much square multiplied directly with the probability of the second row, that is 0.4. Similarly, I'll be finding out for each return and probability the variance of security A. I get the value to be equal to how much? 0.084, right? Then if I do the standard deviation of security A, I get the value to be equal to 0. How much? 289.
2898.
Yeah, 2898. Okay. Now, similarly, I'll solve for security B in the similar way. See, students, I'm telling you, if you're seeing the video, it is very easy for you to understand. But all these problems, you have to solve on your own in the notes. Then only more you practice, more you will be perfect. Okay. So security B, in the similar way, I'll be finding out the variance. I got the value to be equal to how much? 0.0256. Square root of answer, I got 0.16. Correct? The standard deviation of security B is how much? 0.16. Similarly, of security C, I got the value how much? Variance of security C, students, 0.084. So square root of answer, 0.289. Then similarly, I'll be solving for security D also. So what is the variance for security D? 0.0086. So square root of answer is equal to how much? 0.09. So what I have solved, students, till now, I have solved the expected return of security A, expected return of security B, C, and D. In a similar way, I have solved variance of all the stocks. So see there. So you have to, in the notes, when you are solving this particular problem, all of you please understand. So I have mentioned only variance of A, variance of B, variance of C, variance of D. So in the notes, you have to even calculate the standard deviation also. How do we calculate the standard deviation of security A? Square root of 0.0840, which is equal to 0.289. Okay. In the next table over there, you please mention standard deviation of each security. Right. So based on the variance only also I can rank it in the order of return. C ranks first. Correct. See here, the expected return of C is 0.2, which is highest compared to A, B, and D. Correct. So in the order of return, C ranks first, A falls second. But when we consider the risk, see, when we consider the standard deviation or when we consider the variance, both A and C security has got the same variance, 0.0840. Hence, security C with higher rate of return in the same level of risk is preferred, because A and C has got the same variance. The risk level is same for both A and C, but the return of security C is higher compared to the return of security A. So, for the purpose of investment, I will consider security C, because the return is high compared to other securities. So till here, everyone has understood. Shall I go to the next problem? Students, good afternoon. Uta Madi Malagiddiri?
Yes, sir.
Huh? Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No, I asked in Kannada, have you slept, karke? Someone told yes, sir. Okay. So shall we go to the next problem then? Your energy level should be too high.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. We'll go for the next problem
Yes, sir.
then. But soon after this class, you have to reproduce the entire thing in your notes. I'm repeating once again. Okay. Now, question number 8. So what they have given, please understand the question, students. So following data give the market return and the Sun company scripts return for a particular period. So what they have given? They have given index return and they have given script return. See, students, yesterday we solved one problem, right? They had given us price. So first we converted. See, I'll show you the yesterday's problem so that you will recall that. 1 minute. See, in this problem, they had given the price. All of you carefully see, they had given the price. See, NSE index, they had given the price. And stock, they had given the price. So first what we did, we converted into return. How we converted that into return? By using the formula. That is, today's market return is equal to today's index minus yesterday's index divided by yesterday's index multiplied by 100. But in this problem, in the present problem, that is question number 8, they have directly given us return. Please see there. Don't get confused. Okay. So the first column there, they have given index return. Please remember, when I say RM, okay, that is called as market return or index return. Okay. So when I say RI, that is called as script return, script or stock return. Okay. So they have given the index return and the stock, that is script return. So what you are required to calculate, please see the question over there. You are required to calculate, they have asked you, what is the beta value of the Sun company script, A part, then B part, very important, if the market return is 2, that means RM value is equal to 2. Please understand, market return is RM, symbolically RM. See there, is 2. What would be the script return, right? So first what we will solve, students, we will solve the value of beta. Then we'll go for the B part, okay? Now, the beta value can be obtained by using the simple least square technique, that is Ri is equal to alpha plus beta plus Ei. So before going to that, first we'll have the table, okay? So for the first column over there, so whatever they have given in the question, the return of market, that is 0.5, 0.6, 0.5, I have listed there. See there? In the question, whatever they have given, I have listed there, right? And in the second column, it is RM minus RM bar. Now, can anybody tell me what is RM bar over there in this particular problem? I'm also solving. Yeah, can anybody tell me what is the value of RM bar in this problem?
The summation of RM divided by N.
What is that? Tell me the value. You are correct, Ma. Tell me the value. What is RM bar value in this problem? You use scientific calculator and tell me the value of RM bar.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yes, any other student? What is RM bar here? It is very simple. It is there in front of me.
So
RM bar value.
0.6.
How you got it?
5.4 divided by 9, sir.
Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, please understand, students. RM bar is how much? The summation of RM divided by N. That is 5.4 divided by 9. I got the value to be equal to 0.6, right? Now, how do I get the second column, students? RM minus RM bar, correct? So what is RM? 0.5 minus 0.6 is how much? 0.5 minus 0.6 is minus 0.1, correct? So next, the second value, see that 0, that is 0.6 minus 0.6, 0. Similarly, 0.5 minus 0.6 minus 0.1. Then after that, the third column is concerned, I need to do the squaring of the second column, that is minus 0.1 square. I get 0.01 positive. Please understand, do not miss any sign over there. Okay, so minus into minus is plus. So I do the squaring. Similar way, I'll be writing Ri values. What is Ri? Script return. Please understand that. Okay, so whatever they have given in the question, the script return I'm writing in the fourth column. Now, Ri minus Ri bar. So what is Ri bar over there? 4.5 divided by 9, which is equal to 0.5. So 0.3 minus 0.5 is what? Minus 0.2. Please understand, students. The fifth column, Ri minus Ri bar. Then after that, you have to square the value, whatever you have got in the fifth column, right? That is Ri minus Ri bar whole square. So summation of Ri minus Ri bar whole square is how much? 0.16. Then finally, what I have to do is Rm minus Rm bar, that is the second column, multiplied by Ri minus Ri bar, that is fifth column. So the summation of that, say minus 0.1 multiplied by minus 0.2. How much it is? 0.02. I am explaining in the last column, Rm minus Rm bar multiplied by Ri minus Ri bar. So what is the summation of that, students? Which is equal to 0.12. Okay. So what I have calculated now? I have calculated in the last column Rm minus Rm bar into Ri minus Ri bar. See, after that, it is very simple to calculate beta. Please remember this in a box. Whenever you are writing in the notes, remember this formula, students. So beta is equal to what? Summation of Ri minus Ri bar into Rm minus Rm bar whole divided by summation of Rm minus Rm bar whole square. Please understand this formula. I'll repeat once again. Summation of Ri minus Ri bar. Already we have got the value C, 0.12. Summation of the last column, summation when we did 0.12 whole divided by summation of Rm minus Rm bar whole square. Either it is 0.16. So beta value I got to be equal to 0.75. Please use a box for this formula. Okay. So for your better understanding, we have mentioned how do I calculate Rm bar, which is equal to summation of Rm divided by N, which you got 0.6. So Ri bar is equal to summation of Ri divided by N, which is equal to 0.5. Now I need to calculate, I need to bring this in this particular equation. See there, Ri is equal to alpha plus beta plus Ei. That is Ri minus Ri bar is equal to beta into Rm minus Rm bar, the expression. So I know Ri minus Ri bar is how much? Just now we have solved 0.5 is equal to beta value just now we have calculated, that is equal to 0.75 multiplied by Rm minus Rm bar is how much? 0.6. So Ri is equal to 0.05 plus 0.75 into Rm. How? See, very, very important. When you take the negative sign to the right hand side, so it becomes positive, right? So how it happens? Ri minus 0.5 is equal to 0.75 Rm minus 0.75 into 0.6. Clear? So Ri I want. So I take this minus 0.5 to the right hand side, it becomes plus. So they have asked me only the value of beta. This is an extension part of that. If you don't solve this also, no problem. Okay. So what is the value of beta? What we have got? 0.75. This is very important problem, students. Please understand. Then the B part in the question, what they have given. Please see the question over there. The first part we have solved, A part. So what is the beta value of the stock? We got the beta value is 0.75. Then the B part, if the market return is 2, what would be the script return? I mentioned to you just now, symbolically market return is written as what? Rm is equal to 2. Correct? Why I use this particular equation, y is equal to mx plus c. Okay. Similarly, Ri is equal to alpha plus beta into Rm. Right? So here, alpha value, just now we have solved over there. See there, in the Ri is equal to 0.05 plus 0.75 into Rm. So we got the value of alpha. Alpha is how much? 0.05. So 0.05 plus beta value we have solved, that is 0.75. And in the question they have given, if the if the market return is 2, not beta value, it is, see there, B part, if the market return is 2, what would be the script return? So Rm value is 2. So I get Ri is equal to 1.55. So students, I'll explain you once again this problem so that there'll be no confusion for all of you. Okay, please concentrate. Now they have given me index return as well as script return. You need to calculate the beta value of the company as well as the B part is concerned. If the market return is 2, Rm value, market returns means Rm is 2, what could be the script return? So what I remember first, I remember beta, how do we calculate? Summation of Ri minus Ri bar multiplied by Rm minus Rm bar whole divided by summation of Rm minus Rm bar whole square. So I note down in the first column Rm, that is market return, whatever they have given in the question, I have noted there. Then what is Rm bar? Rm bar is summation of Rm divided by 9, that is 5.4 divided by 9 is equal to 0.6. I got Rm bar. Then similarly, I do the squaring of the second column, I got the third column. Then Ri, that is the fourth column, whatever they have given in the question, I have listed there. Then Ri minus Ri bar. So what is Ri bar? Summation of Ri divided by N. So next, the sixth column is concerned Ri minus Ri bar whole square. And finally, I'll be multiplying Rm minus Rm bar multiplied by Ri minus Ri bar. So I got the summation of that value to be equal to 0.12. So whatever values, summation values I have got, I'll explain, I'll put to the beta. So that beta is equal to 0.75. Right? Then I use this equation. Please remember this. Ri minus Ri bar is equal to beta into Rm minus Rm bar. Because beta, please remember students, the definition of beta. Beta measures the sensitivity of a stock with respect to the index. I mentioned to you yesterday only, right? So Ri minus Ri bar is equal to beta into market return, Rm minus Rm bar. Now, Ri minus, what is Ri bar? 0.5 is equal to, beta value is how much? We have calculated 0.75 multiplied by market return Rm minus Rm bar is how much? 6. So I'll use the equation Ri is equal to, I will take minus 0.5 to the right hand side. So it becomes plus 0.5. So how do I calculate now? Please, this is a tricky part here. See, 0.75 into Rm is 0.75 Rm. So 0.75 into 0.6 is how much? 0.45. Correct? So when Ri is equal to, this minus 0.5 will come to right hand side. So it becomes plus 0.5. Okay. 0.05 plus 0.75 Rm. So it is in the form. How it is in the form? Ri is equal to alpha plus beta into Rm. Right? So alpha value I got to be equal to 0.05. So I apply that alpha value to the equation here down below. That is the B part. Ri is equal to alpha plus beta into Rm. So Ri is equal to, what is alpha? 0.05 plus beta, we have calculated 0.75 into market return. They have given 2. So Ri is equal to how much? 1.55. Clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Okay, but you have to solve, okay? Any other doubt, you please let me know. Everyone has understood? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, after solving the return and the variance and the standard deviation, students, now we will understand the return and risk of the portfolio. See, the expected return from the portfolio of 2 or more securities is equal to the weighted average of expected return from individual securities. See, they will be asking you to calculate in the question the return of the portfolio and the risk of the portfolio. Please understand this. I will be solving one problem related to this now. Return of the portfolio and the risk of the portfolio. So when the weights are given, weights means what? Please understand, W and WB, they are the proportion of funds to be invested in each security. Now, let me give an example to all of you. You have 2 securities. You have 2 stocks like Infosys and Wipro, right? So you will tell broker, see, I have 1 lakh rupee. So in what proportion you will be investing in these 2 stocks? So he will tell, okay, so what I'll do, I'll be investing 50% in Infosys and in 50% in Wipro. So W and WB is what? The proportion of fund which is invested in security A and security B. Please understand that. Okay. So in the example just now, what I mentioned, the W and WB will be 0.5 and 0.5. That is 50 and 50, which is equal to 1. Always remember, student, the weight of the securities when you add, they should be equal to 1. In the bottom, you can see over there. Clear? Now, how do I calculate the portfolio risk? Please remember portfolio risk. Just now what we discussed was portfolio return. That is summation of RP is equal to when they have given me the weights associated with each security. Now portfolio risk is equal to the weight of security A, WA square into sigma A square, means what? Standard deviation of security A square plus WB square, sigma B square plus 2 into weight of security A into weight of security B into standard deviation of A into standard deviation of B into correlation coefficient of AB. Okay, how to remember this? That also I'll tell you. All of you know A plus B whole square formula. A square plus B square plus 2AB, right? So what I have to do? How do I calculate sigma P? That is portfolio risk. See, weight of security A square multiplied by standard deviation of security A square plus weight of security B square multiplied by standard deviation of security B square plus 2 into, since there are two securities, okay, 2 into weight of security A multiplied by weight of security B multiplied by standard deviation of A multiplied by standard deviation of B into rho. That symbol is called rho, or you can write RAB also, that is correlation coefficient that exists between security A and security B. Okay, so just below that I have written correlation coefficient of security A and B is equal to, how do I calculate that? I use one formula, yesterday we have solved. Okay, now the second one is directly I can use covariance of security A B divided by standard deviation of A into standard deviation of B. In the notes you have to put a small box for all these formulas. Okay, then how do I calculate covariance of security A and B, which is equal to standard deviation of security A into standard deviation of security B into correlation coefficient of A and B. Or yesterday we have solved, right, this correlation coefficient of AB. I use the symbol R, small letter R, okay, which is equal to n into summation of x into y minus summation of x into summation y whole divided by square root of n into summation x square minus summation x whole square multiplied by square root of n into summation y square minus summation y whole square, where the return of ith stock or the stock return Ri is equal to alpha plus beta into Ri plus Ei. So just now we have solved one more problem where we have used beta is equal to, beta can also be calculated using this formula, that is summation of Ri minus Ri bar into Rm minus Rm bar whole divided by summation of Rm minus Rm bar whole square. So this will be the last set of formulas in this particular unit. Okay, I will repeat once again, students. How do I calculate portfolio return? Please see there. Summation of RP is equal to weight of security A multiplied by return of security A plus weight of security B multiplied by return of security B. Do not by heart the formula. Please understand what we are calculating. We are calculating the portfolio return. Suppose in your portfolio there are two stocks. So what I have to do? I need to take how much proportion is invested in stock A plus how much proportion is invested in stock B. The same thing what I have done there, right? That is WA into RA plus WB into RB. So this is called, this is how we calculate the return of the portfolio. Similarly, in the problem, if they ask me, calculate the portfolio risk. So how do I calculate? I take, that is weight associated with security A square multiplied by variance of security A. I can say variance of security A, right? That is sigma A square plus WB square into standard, that is sigma B square plus 2 into weight of security A multiplied by weight of security B multiplied by standard deviation of A multiplied by standard deviation of B into correlation coefficient that exists between security A and security B, right? So what is correlation coefficient of AB? Which is equal to covariance of AB, stock AB whole divided by standard deviation of A into standard deviation of B. So how do I calculate covariance of AB? Which is equal to standard deviation of A multiplied by standard deviation of B multiplied by correlation coefficient of A and B. Or yesterday we have solved one problem, right? That is correlation coefficient of stock AB is equal to, that is stock XY, that is n into summation XY minus summation X into summation Y whole divided by square root of n into summation X square minus summation X whole square multiplied by n into summation Y square minus summation Y whole square. Then Ri, that is return of ith stock, is equal to alpha plus beta Ri plus Ei. Then in the previous problem, we have solved the beta. So after understanding each formula, so we will go for the first problem to calculate when the weights are given. Please understand, when the weights are given. Clear? So I'll go for the next question. The returns of security A and B for past 5 years are given below. That is from 2003 to 2007. Please understand the question, students, very carefully. Okay. So what they have given me, they have given the security A return and security B return, that is year wise for the past 5 years. That is 9, 5, 3, 12 and 16. Similarly, of security B also they have given, right? That is 10, -6, 12, 9 and 15. Now, there is a small twist in the question. See there, the weight of security A is 0.8 and the weight of security B is 0.2. So what I need to calculate? I need to calculate the risk return correlation coefficient of the portfolio, right? Now, in my portfolio, I'll explain the question now. Students, please understand. So I have two security, that is security A and security B. The proportion, that means if I have got 1 lakh rupee in my demat account, 80,000 rupee. See there, 0.8 means how much? 0.8 means how much? That is 80% of my total amount will be invested in security A and 20% of my total account will be invested in security B. So 1 lakh multiplied by 0.8 is how much, students? 80,000, right? So 80,000 will be invested in security A and 20,000 will be invested in security B. That is what is weight of security A and security B. So till here, everyone has understood. Shall I go for the solution of this problem, students? Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, first, what I'll do is I'll solve for security A. So the first column is here. The second column, whatever they have given, that is the returns of security A, I have listed. See there, 9, 5, 3, 12, 16. Correct? So whatever they have given in the problem, I have listed in the second column. So summation of RA divided by N. So what I'm calculating? The average rate of return, right? They have not given me probability in this question. So summation of RA is equal to 45. RA bar is equal to how much? 45 divided by how many years data they have given, students? From 2003 to 2007. That is 5. 45 divided by 5, which is equal to 9, right? So how do I calculate the third column? RA minus RA bar. That is 9 minus 9, which is equal to 0. 5 minus 5 minus 9, that is RA minus RA bar, which is equal to -4. Similarly, 3 minus 9, which is equal to -6. Then 12 minus 9, which is equal to 3. Then 16 minus 9, which is equal to 7. Right? Then the fourth column, RA minus RA bar whole square. That is nothing but squaring the third column. That is, we got 0. Then please understand, -4. -4 square is how much? Minus into minus is always plus. So I got 16. Then similarly, -6 square is how much? 36. Then 3 square is 9 and 7 square is 49. So what I got? 110. What is 110? Variance of security A, which is equal to 110. So I do the standard deviation of 110. Sorry, I do the square of 110. I get standard deviation of security A, which is equal to 10.48. Similarly, students, I calculate for security B. So what I have written? The first column is year. The second column is return. Then I calculate summation of RB divided by N, that is RB bar. RB bar, 40 divided by 5, which I got the value to be equal to 8. Right? So what I do, the third column is concerned, RB minus RB bar, that is 10 minus 10 minus 8, then -6 minus 8, then 12 minus 8, 9 minus 8, and 15 minus 8. See, there is a small mistake I have done in the third column. Can anybody tell me? 10 minus 8 is how much? +2. Right? Then -6 minus 8 is how much? -14. So I told you should be solving along with me, okay? But no problem. 1 minute, students. So even though there is a minus sign over there. 10, that is RB minus RB bar. That is 10 minus 8 is how much? It has to be plus 2. Then minus 6 minus 8 is how much? Minus 14. Then 12 minus 8 is 4. But in the fourth column, see, minus 2 square is how much? 4. 14 square is 196. 4 square is 16. 1 square is 1. 7 square is 49. So summation of RB minus RB bar square is how much? 266. So how do I calculate the variance? Standard deviation. Square root of 266, which I got the value to be equal to 16.3. So security B. What is the standard deviation of security A? Standard deviation of security A is 10.48. Whereas standard deviation of security B is how much? 16.3. So which is higher? The standard deviation of security B is higher. So which security is risky? That is security B is risky, right? So security B is having more risk because it has the standard deviation of 16.3, which is higher than the standard deviation of security A. Now the problem doesn't end here, students. Please understand that the problem doesn't end. So what they have given in the question? They have given you need to calculate the risk return, then correlation coefficient of the entire portfolio, right? So now we will go to calculate the correlation coefficient. So rho, that is the symbol is called rho, or you can write small r is equal to n sigma xy minus sigma x into sigma y divided by square root of n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square multiplied by square root of n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Now what I use the first I'll calculate for security A, correct? So x, so what are the values for security A? 9, 5, 3, 12, 16. See whether I'll check. See there, 9, 5, 3, 12, 16 for security A. So I have symbolically written as x. And then what I do x square, that is squaring of that. Similarly of the next security also, see there, 10, the security B I'm reading, 10, minus 6, 12, 9 and 15, right? Now in this question, students, you need to find the correlation coefficient that exists between these two securities, right? So whether they are positively correlated, whether they are negatively correlated, or whether there exists no correlation between these two securities. So y, that is I have taken the next stock. Then similarly y square and x multiplied by y. Then directly apply those values to the formula, that is rho AB. So what is n? That is n is how much? 5 multiplied by what is there in the formula? Summation of xy. That is how much? 444. See there the last column, 90 minus 30 plus 36 plus 108 plus 240. I got 444, right? Summation of xy minus what is the formula? Summation x into summation y. So what is summation x? 45 into summation y is how much? 40 whole divided by square root of n. N is how much? 5 multiplied by sigma x square. Please understand, students, sigma x square is the second column. X square, sigma x square is how much? 515 minus sigma x whole square. So what is sigma x whole square? That is 45 square. Okay. So multiplied by square root of n into sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. So what I'm calculating now, you should be very, very cautious. So first what I'll do, 5 multiplied by 444, that is 2220 minus 45 multiplied by 40, which is equal to 1800. Now what individual component I'll solve. Okay. 5 multiplied by 515 minus 45 square. That is 550. Right? Multiplied by 586 multiplied by 5 minus 40 square. The second component, that is 1330. So if I calculate, I get the value of the correlation coefficient that exists between the two stocks is 0.492. Okay. Next is calculation of covariance. Just now we saw in the formula, right? We can calculate the covariance using this formula. That is standard deviation of security A multiplied by standard deviation of security B multiplied by correlation coefficient that exists between security A and B. Correct? So students, what is standard deviation of security A? Just now we have calculated, right? Standard deviation of is either 10.48. So I'm writing here. Sorry, standard deviation of security A is 10.48. I've written this side. Similarly, standard deviation of security B is how much, students? Standard deviation of security B. Yeah, it is 16.3. Correct? So 16.3 multiplied by 10.49 minus just now we have calculated the correlation coefficient that exists between security A and security B. That is 0.491. Okay, the bottom you can see the correlation coefficient. Clear? So I get the covariance of the stock A and B to be equal to 84. So how I have calculated the covariance? Covariance is equal to standard deviation of A multiplied by standard deviation of B multiplied by the correlation coefficient that exists between security A and B. Okay. Still it continues, students, because they have asked me to calculate the portfolio risk. So first we have to calculate the return of the portfolio. So how do I calculate the return of portfolio? Just now we have solved weights of each security into return plus weight of security B into return of security B. So return of portfolio is equal to 0.8 multiplied by 9 plus 0.2 multiplied by how much? Which is equal to 8.8. Right? So they have given in the question, sir, from where W and WB came. See there, please see the question there. They have given it in the question, students. See, the weight of security A is 0.8. Similarly, the weight of security B is 0.2. They have given in the question. The same thing I have applied here. So I got the summation of RP, that is the return of the portfolio, to be equal to 8.8. Okay, students. Now, very important thing is I need to calculate the portfolio risk. So how I calculate portfolio risk, students? I use this formula. See there. So portfolio risk, that is weight WA square into sigma A square plus WB square into sigma B square plus 2 into WA WB sigma A sigma B into correlation coefficient of AB. I use the same formula to get the result now. Okay. You should be very careful. Even if you miss a single parameter, the entire answer will be wrong. So WA square means how much? 0.8 square multiplied by sigma A square. That means standard deviation of A, security A, that is 10.48 square plus 0.2 square, that is weight of security B is how much? 0.2 square multiplied by standard deviation of security B, 16.31 square plus 2 into 0.8 is what? Weight of security A multiplied by weight of security B multiplied by standard deviation of A multiplied by standard deviation of B multiplied by correlation coefficient, which is equal to 0.49, right? So if I calculate all these, students, I get how much? 107.73. So 107.73 is what? Is the variance of the portfolio. Then what is standard deviation? Standard deviation is equal to square root of variance. So standard deviation of the portfolio is equal to square root of 107.73, which is equal to 10.37 or 10.38. Okay, so symbolically the standard deviation of the portfolio is written as sigma P, right? So first what we are getting there is, we are getting there the variance of the portfolio, that is 107.73. So when you do the square root of that, I get the standard deviation of the portfolio to be equal to 10.38. This is very important part, students. Whatever values you have calculated, please have a table and indicate that to the valuator. So standard deviation of A is 10.48, standard deviation of B is 16.31, covariance of security A and B, that is 84, correlation coefficient of security A and B is 0.491, then return of the portfolio is 8.8. Then risk of the portfolio, that is sigma p, is equal to 10.38. Okay, so risk is measured by the variability of the return. So this problem everyone has understood, or if you have any query, please stop and ask me. Understood? The previous problem everyone has understood. Calculation of expected return, variance, standard deviation, then correlation coefficient, then covariance. Shall I go to the next problem? You have understood, students? Please tell yes sir, no sir.
Sir, I had a doubt.
Yeah, Sarika, please tell me. Okay, wait, I'll go to the slide.
Uh,
Yeah,
yes.
tell me, ma.
Sir, there in the security B, it was mentioned minus 6 and so this slide
Next slide. Okay.
minus 6 and so no next slide. Yes, sir, this slide.
Yeah.
So here
Okay.
it is minus 6 and plus 8.
Which column you are telling, ma? The first column is year.
So
The second column is return
yes,
of
sir,
security
RB.
B. Huh.
Yes, sir. RB second one, sir, minus 6.
RB second. Minus 6. Okay.
So and the
Third
RB
column.
bar. So RB bar is plus 8, right, sir?
Yes. That's
So
what I
then
told you, right?
minus
RB
6
minus RB bar. See there. Okay. Sarika, I came to know. See, 10 minus 8, it has to be plus 2.
Yes,
I have done a small mistake over there. Plus 2 it has to be. 10 minus 8 plus 2.
yes, sir.
Similarly, minus 6 minus 8, it will be minus 14. Minus 14.
Okay, sir.
Okay, no, Sarika?
Yes, sir, understood.
Yes. Then in the fourth column, what happens? Even though the sign is minus or plus, if I do the squaring, see, minus 2 square is 4. Minus into minus is plus. Similarly, minus 14 square is
Yes, sir.
196. Correct?
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, ma.
Yeah.
Any other doubt? Good, good, very good. That means you people are following up. You are identifying the mistakes. You are correcting me. Good. So let me ask one question to one of the participant then. Lakshmi Wali. Good afternoon, Lakshmi. Lakshmi Wali, good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir. Hello? Good afternoon, sir. Hello?
Yeah. Am I audible, ma?
Yes, sir, audible, sir.
So you have understood the solution?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, ma. Kedar. Good afternoon,
Hello?
Kedar.
Good afternoon,
Hello?
sir.
Yeah, Lakshmi. Yeah. Who is this? Lakshmi. You can mute your audio. Lakshmi, you can mute your audio. You have a doubt, Lakshmi?
No, sir, no, sir.
Okay. Yes. Vineet was, good afternoon. Vineet, good afternoon. Please concentrate, students. If you do not understand problems, stop me. I'll explain you. Once or twice I'll explain you. Nothing to worry. But do not keep your doubts in your mind. Okay? Yes, Vineet. Vineet is not there. Vineet, good afternoon. Vineet, good afternoon. Am I audible to you? Okay, you are trying to speak, but it's not audible. Okay. Vishal Ponaji, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah. You have understood the solution?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understood, sir.
You have understood, but you have to practice it. All of you, I'm telling. Now it is very
Yes,
easy
sir.
when you are understanding. Unless and otherwise you don't practice, it will be very difficult for you. Okay. You have to practice and practice. Okay. Then it will become very easy for you, these problems. Okay. So today I will be solving the last problem for the day. Shall I solve one more problem with a lot of energy? Yes? Anusha Omkari, shall I solve one more problem? Anusha, good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Oh, good, ma, good. So Anusha has told. So don't blame me, students. If she would have told, sir, enough, then I would have ended. So she told once to solve one more problem. Okay. The last problem of the day, students. Today I will be solving the last problem for the day. Please concentrate. It's one of the easiest problem in the problems what we have solved. Okay, the estimate of the estimated standard deviation and the correlation coefficient from the stock. What they have given us? They have given us 3 stocks. So the previous problem, they have given only 2 stocks. But in your syllabus copy, they have mentioned only, let me see, wait once. They have given only 2 security problems. Okay, portfolio risk and return types. Okay, let it be. So this problem, we'll be having 3 securities. Stock A, stock B, stock C. Then they have given standard deviation of A, B, and C, that is 32, 26, and 18. Then they have given correlation of stock, that is 1 minus 0.8, 0.4, minus 0.8, 1, 0.65, 0.4, 0.65, and 1. Now, if the portfolio is constructed with the weight, that is the stock A is concerned 15%, stock B is concerned 30%, and stock C is concerned 30%. So the total should be equal to how much? A, B, C if you add 100%. Okay. So what is the standard deviation of the portfolio? That is the question. So if they give 3 securities, please understand, students. Earlier we solved only 2 securities, right? A plus B whole square, wherein WA square plus W into RA square plus WB square into RB square plus 2 into WA, that is weight of security A, weight of security B, then standard deviation of security A, standard deviation of security B into correlation coefficient of A and B. But here in this problem, they have given me how many securities? 3 securities. So what I do, I have to take into consideration of all the 3 securities. So directly I'll be solving using standard deviation is equal to square root of WA square into standard deviation of A square. Okay, sigma A square plus WB square into sigma B square plus WC square into sigma C square plus, now see, when I take weight of A and weight of B, I take correlation coefficient of AB into standard deviation of A into standard deviation of B. So first I solve AB, then BC, then AC. Very simple. Okay. So first I take AB, then BC, then AC. 3 stocks. I continue, students, plus 2 into WB, WC into sigma B into sigma C into correlation coefficient of BC plus 2 into WA, WC multiplied by standard deviation of AC into correlation coefficient of AC. Now I'll apply all the things. What is weight of security A? They have given, that is 0.15. See there, 15%. Okay, 0.15 square multiplied by standard deviation of security A. How much they have given? 0.32 square, right? Plus 0.5 square into standard deviation of security B, 0.26 square plus 0.3 square into 0.18 square plus, now it is 2 into weight of security A is 0.15, weight of security B is 0.5, then correlation coefficient of AB. See, students, it's a matrix what they have given. You should be very careful. Correlation coefficient of A and B is how much? So what they have given is minus 0.8, right? Correlation coefficient. See the matrix over there, A, B. So you have to see horizontal and vertical. A is, B is minus 0.8 and minus 0.8, okay? Plus 2 into weight of security B, that is 0.5, 0.3 multiplied by 0.26 multiplied by 0.18, then weight of B and C. Weight of B and C. B and C. How much? B and C. 0.65, right? 0.65. See there? Plus 2 into weight of A, that is 0.15 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by standard deviation of A, 0.32 multiplied by 0.18 multiplied by correlation coefficient of A and C. A and C. How much? It is 0.4. Correct? So I get standard deviation of this particular security as equal to square root of 0.0262, which is equal to 0.16. You have to multiply it by 100 to get in terms of percentage. That is equal to 16.18%. Okay. So when they have given me 3 securities, I use this particular formula to get the standard deviation of the portfolio. Clear till here? So summary of the things, whatever we have discussed. So risk is measured by the variability of return. Then we have understood already, students, risk has 2 components, that is systematic risk and unsystematic risk. Then systematic risk affects the market as a whole. Then tangible event, like some of the events which has happened. Then interest rate risk is the variation in return caused by the changes in. Then unsystematic risk is unique to the particular industry or company. Then business risk is caused by the operating environment of the business. So some of the points, that is summary of this particular unit. So statistically, standard deviation and beta estimation help to quantify the risk. So we will end today's session, students. I expect everybody, so whatever problems we have solved in unit 2, that has to be there in your notes, right? So while writing, please do not see the slide. Try to solve on your own. Then the values you have to verify here. Clear, students?
Yes, sir.